Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is already my fourth video on this channel, and the previous three were all about different concepts in programming in JavaScript. And today we are learning about, does the name while loop give us any clue about the concept? The loop means your action or something has to be repeated over and over and over again until there is some change that occurs that stops your action. Let's bring a real life example. Let's say you are going to run 5 circles around a field. So you go to the start line, and there are 5 bowling pins set there. And you are asked to start running, and when you come back to that start line, you take out 1 bowling pin. So you start running. You run the first lap, you take out 1 bowling pin, there are 4 remaining. You continue running, and then you take out 1 more when you come to the start line the second time, and you keep running until for the 5th time you run and you come back and you see that there are no bowling pins left. So you stop running because you were asked to run until there are bowling pins left at the start line. So let's convert this idea to the while loops in JavaScript. So while loops are given inside of a function. So you tell the function what to do until there is a condition that your arguments satisfy. So let's say you have a function and you say, for our case, you say while the bowling pins are greater than 0, keep running. And then when you keep running, after that you change your condition. So you say bowling pin equals to bowling pins minus 1. So every time you take out 1 bowling pin, and at the end you are left with like 1 bowling pin, and you take it out, and when you go to your condition change place, you do bowling pin equals to bowling pin minus 1. There is no bowling pins left. So you go up to your condition, and there are 0 bowling pins, so you say 0 is greater than 0, which is not true, so your action, your running needs to stop. The word loop gives us a little clue of what the concept is going to be about. So let's take a real life example. Let's say you are asked to run around a track field 5 times. So you make 5 circles around the field. And when you go there are 5 bowling pins set on the start line. And you're asked to, every time you come back to the start line, take 1 bowling pin out and stop running when there are no bowling pins left. Okay, you start running. You go run your first lap, you come back to the start line, you take 1 bowling pin out. There are 4 remaining, right? And you keep running, and then you come back to the start line second time, and you take one out, and there are 3 remaining. And you repeat it over and over again until you take the last one out, and after that, when you run 1 more lap, you come back to the start line, and there are no bowling pins left, so you stop running. So let's convert that to the while function, to the while loop in JavaScript. So while conditions are given inside of a function. So you tell the function what to do with the help of the while loop. So you say, in our case, you say while the number of bowling pins is greater than 0, keep running. And then you change the number of the bowling pins, right? So you say number of bowling pins equal to number of bowling pins minus 1 every time. So for the beginning, it is 5 bowling pins. So 5 is greater than 0, and your while loop starts working, and you run. And then your bowling pin changed to 4, right? And then you go back to your while condition again, because it still satisfies your condition, right? 4 is still greater than 0. And then you keep running, and you make it less by 1, so it's 3. And you go back to your condition, 3 satisfies the condition, you keep running, and then 2, and after that, until you reach 0, and 0 is greater than 0 is not true, your running stops, so your loop stops. That is how it works in JavaScript code. So let's take a look on a real JavaScript code which works with while loop. Here, as you see, we have created an HTML document in which we have linked a JavaScript document named videocode.js, and in that JS file we are going to put our code. Now let's create a function that will take an input, a number as an input, and print to the console all the numbers, natural numbers less than or equal to that number. How we do this? So we create a constant which we name print, and we set it equal to a function that takes an argument a. And we, in the curly braces, we write let b equals to 1. And we create our while loop. We say while b is less than or equal than a, which is our condition, console log b, and then make b plus 1. So in this case, if we call the function with an input 15, we will get printed to the console all the natural numbers from 1 to 15. How this works? So we called the function with 15, right? 15 goes instead of a, and because we set b to be equal to 1, in our while condition we have 1 is less than or equal to 15, which is true. So it goes inside and it prints to the console b, which is 1, and then we change b to b plus 1, which will be 2. And then we go back to the while condition and we see, is 2 less than or equal than 15? Yes. So we go inside and we console log b, which will print 2. And then we do that over and over again until we have b equal to 15. Of course, 15 is less than or equal than 15. So it console logs 15, and then it makes b 15 plus 1, which is 16. And when we go up to the while condition, we will have 16 is less than or equal to 15, which is not true, so our while loop stops. It is very important to have a let and keep changing it, because that is how you make your loop stop. Here in this case, if we had that let b equals to 1 and we didn't change it to be 1 greater each time, 1 would always be less than or equal to 15, right? So our loop would be an infinite loop. It will continue over and over again, which would eventually crash our system. So we set it b to be 1 greater every time, so that eventually in some point that b would stop satisfying the condition, so it won't be less than or equal to our a, and that's how the while loop ends. And you see how our function works. It printed all the numbers, natural numbers, until the number we passed through it as an input. So that is all I had for while loops. If you want to watch this video over and over again, believe me, that infinite loop won't hurt you in any way. Thanks for watching. Bye.